What is up, everybody? We are live on a Monday morning here in the States. So, this is my first Monday morning live, and we're going to be talking to a lot of very interesting people, a lot of people that are very much aligned with what I've been teaching, coaching, educating people on in live streaming and beyond. But especially for a lot of the people that I've wanted to interview that are, of course, across the pond. So it's a little bit difficult to get them on uh, my Friday night show because it's a difficult time to book because there might be 10, 12, 13 hours ahead. And I can't, I'm not going to be able to ask them to come on at that late of an hour, or it's actually early morning for a lot of them. So I decided to start streaming early in the morning on Monday to give me the opportunity to bring on still more interesting people so that you guys get a lot of value from a lot of the people that I'm going to bring on. So, Liz, thank you starting your morning off with me. Ahmad, how are you, my friend? Good morning from Dubai. Elizabeth, how are you from Chile? We see we got international crowd going on here. So that's it, folks. That's what we want. It is really early. Well, here in the States it is. So it's 6 a.m. on the eastern coast on the East Coast. So but that's okay. We're gonna get started and we're gonna do this for again a different audience sometimes. So we might not get everybody that we usually get, but that's okay. We hopefully we'll find a new crowd who will jump along, be a part of the community here, but that's good for everybody involved. So, guys, I want to start off first with introducing my guest. Now, this gentleman is, I've actually been on his show and I've been an admirer of what he's been doing for a while. So, I went on his show and we had a really great interview and I knew I wanted to get him on my show at some point. My issue again was like, hey, you can't be that late and then try to invite people on that are across the way because he's over in Spain. Um, so that's where I came up with the concept of doing something like this. So, guys, I want to welcome my guest for this evening. He's a marketing content specialist. He does social media, live stream, speaking, and consulting. He's also a live stream trainer. He also does what I love is multilingual live streaming. Um, which is not something that I see very, very often unless it's done somewhere, again, across the pond in another country. But I love that he does this. And then he still does his English show. So he's the host of the special marketing live show, which he's done 3+ years live streaming. He's brought on more than 200 guests over 30 countries, 4 continents. Um, He's also the co-host of Tendencias de Marketing y Negocios, his podcast there as well. He's been a longtime StreamYard producer and partner. And this is what I love about him. He's also an Amazon live influencer. Why does that interest me? Because I want to be a Amazon live influencer. So how do you learn from one of those? You bring them on and you interview them. That's how you do it. So guys, help me welcome to the show this morning's guest, my friend, hopefully become your friend, Mr. Marco Novo. How are you,
Hello.
senor? Thank you
Doing
for.
good, doing good, and thank you so much for adjusting your time to my time as well. And I'm not located in Spain; I'm located in that
Oh,
little
oh,
country
yeah, that's right.
right by the side of Spain, Portugal.
Portugal, that's correct. Let's get that
Yes.
right, Gabe.
And
I
by the
got. I got.
way, my just another thing because the 22nd my show made 4 years, so you can
Oh, wow.
yes.
So 4 years, guys. Let's get a lot
Yes,
of updates
absolutely.
on this.
It's getting old.
It's getting
But
old.
thanks
Hey, but it's still
thanks so
it's
much
still
for
making
having
an
me.
impact, man. It's still making an impact.
Thanks so
Um,
much for having me. It's a pleasure and for sure it will be an entertaining moment for our audience.
yes. So, and again, you've been working very long as well for not only on Amazon. You've been working. You've been in one of the remote producers in the program over at StreamYard. So you've been very much attached to them. What do you think about some of the new features that they're rolling out, like this one here that you can do now? Um, so you got background music, which now you can add in
Yeah,
through your
yes,
StreamYard.
yes. It's interesting and I think one of the amazing things we noticed because I started 2015. My first show was on Blab. I don't know if you remind the platform,
Yes, I
and
remember
it
Blab.
was fun, but it's so limited options and features, and it's amazing how we see this evolution. Even though I'm using sound effects and background musics with some nice things like Stream Deck and Voice Meter and whatever. I think for most of the people, this kind of work I'm doing, this flow, it's a little bit complicated. So I think it's good to ease the process of live streaming, at least for those who don't go crazy like us on live streaming. They just want a simple thing and just hit a couple of buttons and there you go. I think it's good to have options. As a marketing professional, one of the things I like to recommend to my customers is that it's good to give options to your customers. Even not that many, but at least
Yeah.
those that could be interesting for them. So having this background music, and I saw some other features coming in the next days, which will be really interesting as well.
Yeah, exactly. And so those who don't know who that's some of the more complicated setups that you can have. Stefan, thank you so much for hopping in, man. Um, and of course, Joseph says, "Vamos a darle un mando." That's right. That's right,
Vamos.
brother. Joseph comes in from Miami, Florida, here in the States. So, okay. Um, yes, very much so what we're talking about in live streaming. I wanted to kind of go a little bit back and talk about um, your journey and how you got into live streaming because now you've been at it 4 plus years. So, what was one of the first things that kind of drew you to wanting to put together a live show and say, you know what, I want to hop on camera and start talking? So, what was it? What was the factor that made Marco become a live streamer?
Okay. One was deliberated, and the other one was a nice coincidence. What was deliberated was the fact that I needed to create content so people get to know me, can understand what I can do for them, build that trust, and these kind of things, which are important when we are starting our freelancing journey.
Yeah,
And the other was a crazy and beautiful coincidence. And this is something that I like to state is that we see too many people saying, okay, you need to build a strategy, a plan, and blah, 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 blah. It's good, but it's not the main thing. One of the things you should be aware, and one of the things I like to say, it's be available to embrace unexpected things. I don't know if you saw the Kung Fu Panda movie, the first one, but the whole story started by a crazy coincidence. The panda was in a place which he was not expected to be, and he was picked where nobody was expecting him to be picked. So this is something that leads to my start of live streaming. It was I think it was the beginning of September 2015.
mm-hmm.
I was taking a look at my Facebook feed, and a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, which is the most famous and known
Yeah.
LinkedIn expert in Portugal, he was talking about a new platform, Blab. Join me, and I went. I hit that button, and then I was in the chat. Oh, this is new. Oh, it sounds so nice. Do you want to join on the screen? And I said, yes, I want. And it was love at first live.
Oh wow! You know, because
Uh,
that's funny. I was well, just to briefly touch on this. I knew what Blab was. I had seen it. I never like hopped on camera though, because I was just one of those people just watched. I didn't really like participate. So when people ask like, "Hey, you remember?" I think one time I just hopped on Blab with somebody, and it was somebody that I met, and years down the road when I hopped into live streaming, I met her again, and it was like just a coincidence. And I was like, "Wow, this is like crazy how this works out." But I love that that you hopped on Blab and you kept going, man.
yeah, and the thing is, uh, after a couple of months, because I think the business side of Blab was not working, they finished
Yeah,
the project. Then I had to wait so Facebook released the
Oh,
Facebook Live for
life.
mortals,
Hmm.
because first it was only celebrities and influencers and other
Yeah.
kind of people. I'm just a mortal, so I had to wait. But I kept make recording videos, awful videos, and this is something that I like to mention. When I do my trainings, my video trainings and live streaming trainings,
Yeah.
I like to show my starting videos and say like this: look, if today you record a video and it's as bad as this one, I will be, as a trainer, I will be really frustrated,
Yeah.
because I shared some of my insights about this. You have better, because I recorded my first videos with cell phone in portrait mode. Look how crazy this could be. And I'm pretty sure that today you will have the tools to start better as I did.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is something important, because sometimes people think, okay, they have these amazing setups and lights and whatever, and cameras, microphones, and these kind of things. I can't be that good. Yeah. Look at my first videos. They were awful. And this is something that people should don't look at me as I'm right now. Look at me when I was in the same stage as you are today, because with
Yeah.
that you will put kind of the expectations a little bit low, and this is something that you should have in mind. Okay,
Yeah.
because when I started, for instance, my English, I think, has improved because I'm practicing a lot in front of camera.
There
Okay,
you go.
and this is something. This is something that we should have in mind. Is improvement only happens if you practice. There's no other way that I think you can improve without practicing and
And that's
being open to make mistakes. And one of the things, and I like to highlight this idea about mistakes. There's two things that you will have once you practice and you go live and you be in front of the camera and this kind of things. Is one, you will be decreasing the number of mistakes, hopefully.
hopefully.
Second, and for me even most important, is you will understand, you will know how to deal with mistakes in a smoother way. Okay, I made a mistake. Did a panda got killed somewhere because of my mistake? No, so don't care.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. For instance, I don't know about you, Gabi, but I made a couple of shows and I started and the sound was off. And because the image is good, it's easy to see. Okay, I show in the camera, so I think the camera it's on, but the microphone it's hard. So one of the things I like to do right now is I create a guest link. I open in another browser to see if the sound is coming through, and okay, now I can go live. But the thing is, and this is, for me, is important, because one of the things that people fear is, oh my god, I'm gonna hit the wrong button. I don't look good on camera. Because if it was the thing of the looking good on camera, I think I never do a live show. That's another thing. But that's another thing. So it's important. You will reduce the number of mistakes you may do, because you will be more confident, you will be more aware of things, but also you will learn how to deal with mistakes. And at the beginning, oh my god, you will be thinking, oh my god, I made this. At the end, okay, I made this. That's it. Keep going.
Well, you know what, and that's a really good point that you make for a lot of people that I've had the opportunity to talk with, um, where they're just not confident to get started. They think that they think the tech side, they think all the aesthetics that you see on the screen and the overlays and everything else is what really draws the attention, when it's really just the message and what you keep talking about and getting started. I've had a lot of consult sessions with people, and they're like, "Hey," I mean, I had a guy really listen to this. I had a guy who's like had a professional level camera. He was a voiceover actor, and he's asking me where he's already got a sort of a semi setup back there. He's actually got a really great microphone, sounds crystal clear, and he's like, "Hey, what do you think I need to get started?" I was like, it sounds to me like you just need to get started. You have you got a great microphone, you got a great voice. I think you have a message that you want to share with people. I said, work on that and then start launching, man. Turn on your camera. I mean, I can help you learn how to do the tech side, which is just learning something like StreamYard. It's pretty easy once you've practiced and get started. I mean, you don't have to do complicated things, like you said. You don't have to learn what a Stream Deck is yet. You don't have to learn how to use, Voice Beater Banana. You don't have to. You don't have to mess with any of those when you start out. You just got to start out, and then you can learn the other technical part of creating and doing all the other stuff. Much like you, it takes a while to get that started. But I love that apart that you've taken those steps and getting to this point. So that kind of went from one thing about doing videos and getting started and doing all the bad stuff. Now, how did you land in starting to doing producing? Because that's the next level. I think an evolution for live stream creators is now I've learned how to do the tech. I've learned how to do everything else. Now I want to start doing it for other people and as a living. So how did you get into doing producing and remote producing?
Again, coincidence. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So it was. Let me. A guy, Marcello Arcelai. Maybe you know him.
Yes,
He
Marcello
he
Arcelé.
was
Yes.
when the COVID thing came. He created a networking event every Thursday night on my side. Well, almost dawn.
Yeah.
And I joined there. And at some point, Marisa Kali appeared there, and we had some conversations,
Yeah.
and we kept contact. And one day, she was on StreamYard dealing with this thing about building
Remote
a,
producers, right?
a remote producers platform,
Yeah.
and she invited me. And I think maybe one of the reasons she invited me was some reasons was the fact that I speak fluently at least three languages: Portuguese,
Yeah.
thankfully,
Yeah. Thankfully. Oh, hopefully.
Spanish, yes, Spanish and English, and also because I'm located in Europe, and this will give a wider range of time
Yeah.
zones. Because
Yes.
if they focus only on the United States, this could be more complicated to deal, for instance, with events in Europe or Asia
Yes.
or Africa.
Yes.
And so I think I made some tests to apply. Hopefully, I was approved.
Hopefully.
And yes, so I came with this next step, which is a remote production, which is sometimes we think we don't give the right value to this job, because sometimes, and I listen to people, it's just clicking some buttons.
Yeah.
Okay, first, it's not just that, because you had to learn how which buttons to click, and this is important. And the other thing is, and I don't know about you, but for me, this responsibility you have, it's crazy. Because if you are a responsible professional, you know that you at that given time, that given speaker should be on stage, and you need to remove the other one, and you need to bring the presentation and everything. So this is not as easy as it may seem at the first sight.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's good. It is good. I don't know about you, but I've learned so much about the live streaming world, because there are sometimes that we are aware, because we are so in deep this thing, that some things, they are so natural to us, but they are not natural to the whole people. And
Yeah.
this is something that I've, and also I learned a lot about other topics that I was not supposed to know, because
Yeah.
we are in so many different events with so many different people from so many different places. We learn a lot. Okay, so this is crazy as well. And another thing I already made as well was doing an MC on an event. Look how
Yeah.
crazy this could be. So yes, this is a whole new world. And I lately I'm not doing that much, but I think the fact is that in this winter time there's no that much event But I hope that this year this will come back again, because it's something that I really like as well.
I love that. So love that too, because I think that's what for a lot of us who get into it. I think that's the fun part of it. Is that not only now are we not? I mean, we've learned a lot in doing live streaming, but then we're learning another level of education and going
Absolutely.
out and helping others. And that's a really I love that fact because that's what kind of drives me to do it, to make me want to continue to evolve as a creator, and that's a big part of it. So I wanted to also talk about how when people reach out to you and they see you doing things like, hey, I see you doing like the live show here on Amazon or all these other places. We'll get into that, but like, what are some of the tips that you give people, like sort of a few strategies about like getting like after you get started to kind of help them improve as live stream creators? You know, because once we get the process started, then I think for a lot of us it's like, okay, I turned on my camera, I started. What do I do next now? So, what are
Okay.
some of the tips you walk somebody through whenever they get started?
One of the things we hear often is ask your friends, your relatives to advice, to feedback. My recommendation: never ever ask them for that. Why? Because most of the times they are not giving you the right advice.
Yeah.
And I talk about myself. There in this, usually in this people, we find these two avatars. The number one is, what the hell are you doing? Get a job. Start working like the other people.
Yeah.
My mother, for instance, she said, if you ask my mother, what does your son does? He laughs to the camera. That's my job. and
Wow.
and this is something that may happen to you. Okay, people that think, oh, he wants to become famous, he wants to become a star, an influencer, and that negative side of
Yeah.
being exposed. And on the other side, you will get that people, oh my god, you're so wonderful, I love what you do, you're amazing, you're awesome, whatever. This is not the feedback you need. So, my recommendation: ask feedback to these two avatars. One, those people who already made your journey, who already run the way you're running right now, because they understand your fears, your pains, your problems, and they can give you insightful feedback. They can say, look, I made this way, maybe you can adjust there and there and there and there. This could be a nice way. And the second avatar is your customer or buyer's persona, because
Yeah.
that person understand if your message is resonating with their needs, with their own language. And these are the people. So I think this would be the first advice I would give to these persons, to these people who are starting. The other thing is, watch other live streamers.
Mm, I love
Watch
that.
how they do, not to copy them, but at least to understand what makes them good live streamers. Because there's people that go really good on technical side. For instance, when we talk about Amazon influencers, people that know really well what they are talking about. Some are about the entertaining side of the show. Some, they have a nice setup, the way they look, so you can get some drops from each one of them, and then you can mix them and drink, and then you will get your own identity. But because there's something that we like to say is, you don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
The wheel, it's already there. So go and get some inspiration. Avoid copying, because you could not be like Gabe, you cannot be like Marco, because we are one of a kind.
Exactly.
Hopefully, who knows? But the thing is, try to do that things. And again, and something which is important as well:
Yes, I love.
understand the sustainability of your content. And what do I mean about this? If you can try to plan, and I'm not a crazy man about planning, because planning for me sometimes it's overrated, but let's move forward. think about the next 6 months and think how often can you go live within this time range, because one of the things we see, Gabe, and this is another mistake, it's not just about starting, it's about keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, because oh, the most difficult thing is to start. No, it's not, it's to keep moving, because
Yeah.
I think it's easy at the end of the day, it's easy to start
Yeah.
comparing to keep moving. So my recommendation, think about this 6 months and see, okay, I can go live once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever. Okay, and with that, keep committed with that consistency. Okay, because otherwise, and again, I don't see any other way, and I talk about me, of improving without being consistent. Also, being consistent, you are kind of telling people, look, at that given time, at that given day, I will be live. And they kind of create these routines to join and to participate. And also, you will get feedback from them. You will get your own feedback and be critical, but in a good way about what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, don't be afraid to kind of be judge and to look at the things, but first, and this is for me, it's really important, give compliments to yourself because you're doing this. Don't think, oh my god, I suck, oh I'm so bad, I'm gonna stop this. No, first thing is, I'm good. Oh, Marco, Gabe, you're awesome because you're doing this. And this is another mistake. We think there's too many people creating content. There's not. This is a mistake. We are so few people creating content in the world.
Yeah.
Okay? Just look around. How many of your friends, how many of your relatives are creating content in a consistent basis?
Yeah.
This means something. So this is something that you should look. And also, okay, I made this on my show. I'm not looking to the camera, for instance, even though I'm not a kind of crazy people, because sometimes I like to look down and look, because if you look too much to the camera like this, it seems like you're
Yeah.
hypnotizing people or something.
Yeah.
This could be a little bit spooky. Okay, but there's too many things that you can improve, but in a good way. Look, okay, I can improve in that. And another thing, and this is for me, it's important. After, I don't know, maybe every 3 months or 6 months, look back to the beginning of the cycle to get your improvements. And if you, A, are proud of your improvements, and B, you laugh in a good way about your first live shows, you're in the good way.
Yeah. And that's why I say, I tell people, look, ultimately, when you start doing live shows and doing everything else, no matter what, and no matter what point you start, and no matter what point you are at in your current journey in doing live stream creation, don't lose the fact that have fun while you're doing it. I think once it starts translating into something where where it becomes work or burdensome, you're like, you're not going to get the same joy out of it. I'm like you. I get the joy out of doing this. I still get fun out of doing this. I feel like, man, I got to pinch myself every morning that I'm getting to get on here and talk to you or interview somebody else or just get on here by myself and talk about things. So I love that about that, of what we do as creators, and that, it really, when somebody sees like what we do, where we're laughing and joking, having fun, that translates very well. And people understand that, and they go, sometimes for a lot of people, they're like, I want to do that. It's fun. It is fun. So, I mean, we start getting into doing social media and everything else. And sometimes it can become overwhelming for a lot of folks in starting to do this. So, what are some of the things that you do to kind of help people, who start creating content now? They start getting a catalog of videos and doing stuff. Like, what are some of the tips or advice that you would give somebody, like, to kind of distribute their social media. Like, how do you not overwhelm yourself with having to be on every single platform, right? I mean, you want to reach you as far as you can, but there's a limit to what you can do for everything. So, what advice would you give to some of the new creators who are starting this, their journey, and they've only been streaming for about a couple months, and they're like, okay, now I'm getting to this point where I've got 10 shows, 15 shows where I've recorded and started doing their social media distribution. What are some of the channels that you, or advice, like I said, that you give to a lot of people that have been
Okay.
following you because you've been doing it for such a long time?
A little bit, yes. And I think, okay, I need to make my previous disclosure. Some of the things I advise, I don't do with them. Okay.
Well, that's a hey, even in that, that's a tip. That's for some
Okay,
people.
yes. So my first recommendation is run away from that deep kind of God approach. You should be everywhere all the time and whatever. Run away from that because it's impossible.
Yeah,
And this, I don't know about you, Gabe, but this content creation work, it's our job, our content creator job. It's difficult because most of the times we are in lonely positions. We are on our offices, studios, all by ourselves,
yeah.
all by
Let's.
myself. And the thing is, we see those people on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Create, and share, engage. And we think this is the only way for us to do things, and it's not.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's good to understand, okay, this may work for them, and that's good. Good for that. Perfect. But I have my own rhythm. I have my own life. And I can't be a slave of this content creation idea, because at the end of the day there's something that it's even more important than money, which is peace. And I felt in this thing, and this is something that I recommend be aware, because we see this Photoshop of lives, which is social media platforms. Like we see those amazing people with amazing lives on Instagram. Oh my God, I could never get that life. So this is something that you should be aware of, and sometimes it's good to disconnect. Okay, and
yeah,
at least to turn the button, the button switch off. To okay, he or she made this uh, post. Okay, for them, that's not my life, because their things won't pay my bills. Those things won't make my success, because it's their life. I have my own, and this is something that I've learned to. I needed to learn to deal with this, because I went into some anxious moments, seeing, oh my God, that person is creating nice videos, that is creating nice blog posts, and I'm here and I don't think I can make that same thing. And this to our brains, it's the evil. It's the evil. Ah! So this is my first recommendation. Even though I mentioned before to get some inspiration, don't get to in a religious way, if I made myself clear. Okay,
yeah,
so try to embrace. Also, try to understand where you're getting more business from your content.
yeah,
Okay, because at the end of the day, this is business. This, we are not creating content because, okay, we like to create content. I don't have nothing to do. I wake up in the morning, I don't want to look at Netflix, let me create content. So be, and this is something that, even though I'm not okay, I like strategy. Let me make myself clear. I love strategy. I think it's important to have a strategy, but even more important than strategy for me, it's intention.
yes,
This is what makes the difference. So understand, where is your audience, where your content, your tone, your the way you do things makes more sense. Oh,
yeah,
you need to be a TikTok, but I don't like TikTok. I don't need to be a TikTok. Okay, not at all. Why should I be a TikTok? Well, because yeah, you blah, blah, blah. No, sorry. not for me.
Yeah.
And you should be. Oh my God! Can I say it in Portuguese?
Yes. Go ahead. Go right
you,
ahead.
you should be. You should have criteria choosing this and making this kind of creating this your own rules.
Yeah.
No, I should not be on TikTok. No, I should not be on LinkedIn. No, I should not be on YouTube because I don't see myself. And this is something that I like to say as well because even though I love live streaming, yes, I love live streaming. I'm not that kind of person. No, if you want to succeed on content, you need to create live videos. No, if you like blogging, go with blogging because there's there's people who likes to read a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So write down, please. So this is something also don't go in this fashion tips and tricks and gurus like, oh, you need to do this to succeed or you need to do this. So I don't like that much. So I think this is the most important thing. Understand your priorities, understand your working availability and flow,
Yes.
because this is something don't think too much about others. This is something that is crazy as well. Another thing, and this is goes back to the intention thing. When you're thinking about creating a live streaming show, this is I don't do this. I'm honest, but this could be some to ease your process. Think about the long term of reusing the content.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if instead of I create a show about how to be good on live streaming, 10 tips to become good on live streaming, and with that you will get, for instance, you can slice each tip in a different content nugget, which you can distribute across the social medias,
Yeah.
depending again on where your audience is. Don't just
Exactly.
go crazy. Oh no, I need to put this on TikTok. Oh, because everywhere, and you'll be dancing like no sense
Right.
for me. So
Exactly.
this is something that you should have in mind about live streaming is create a kind of workflow which help you to get more, create less and get more, maximize the impact, minimizing the work. This is something that you should have in mind so you can get the most from your content.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that's where a lot of creators get lost. That's why I asked, like, the tips and everything that guys that we share with you, it's for a reason because we've gone through the process, we understand it, and we want to help you make it easier for yourself. Like you said, I'm not on TikTok. There's a reason I'm not on TikTok. I'm not good on TikTok. So I'm not on
I don't want
TikTok.
to be good
I don't
at
want to be on
TikTok.
TikTok. I, I look. It's hard enough for me to fit what I have to say in 60 minutes. I can't do it in 60 seconds. I'm not good. I'm just not good at that. So I don't worry about if I think about short form content is not what I concentrate on. I don't concentrate on. I do what I'm good at. I stay in my lane. I work on this. This is where I feel comfortable. I think this is where I'm more successful. So I understand that about myself. So I don't try to fit myself in all the other boxes where you see the influencers on Instagram and TikTok and all these. I do what I can, and I do what I do to kind of concentrate on what I do best, like you said. So I love that about what you just shared with everybody. So I hope everybody gets a little bit of ice of that out of that. That was a really good nugget. So now here's where my interest now peaks. Let's talk about Amazon Live. As you can see, the little banner up there, you're now streaming on Amazon Live, and I want to know about. There's a lot of individuals who I'm starting to see. You hear this word now, the creator economy. People start talking about the creation and business, and like you said, how to put all this together. So, for those who are interested, much like myself, how did you get started on Amazon Live, and what are some of the things that you've seen that have, ideas or trends or things that you can share, like for anybody who's really interested in wanting to learn how to get on this platform because it's still relatively new as far as like what they're doing in live streaming, and it's a different kind of live streaming because it is a live streaming where you actually can sell, as apart from just doing something. So when you're talking about live streaming and business, it kind of marries both. So talk a little bit about that process as well. I'm going to pull a lot of it, like what you've shared on Amazon here, real quick, with a lot of folks who might not exactly know, but I'm going to pull it up
Okay,
here. Hold on, let me
this
pull my.
is a kind of a new monster.
And it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes. So Amazon Live, I felt there again by accident. And the thing is, there was a group with people from LinkedIn live streamers,
Yeah.
and I was there, and there was people like Jim Fuse
Yeah.
and
Um,
a couple of more,
yeah.
which
That's.
were talking about this new thing, Amazon Live, and I think, okay, let me check. I applied once, and to apply, there's two steps. Okay, the first one is to become an Amazon associate, which is
Hmm.
kind of an Amazon affiliate, which is kind of open to everyone. And the second step is to apply to Amazon influencer. Okay, you cannot apply to Amazon influencer without being an Amazon associate. And
Okay.
to become an Amazon influencer, you need to have a certain following on a couple of, or okay, let me see. I think it's YouTube, TikTok. I think it's there as well. Instagram, Facebook, but it has to be a Facebook page, as far as I know. And I applied with Twitter. Funny because first time I applied with Twitter, I was not approved. One
Okay.
month later or something, with the same amount of following, I applied again, and I went through, and I said, "Oh my God, this is so good!" But there was a problem. I had to have um, an iPhone or a iOS device. Could be an iPhone, iPad, or iPod,
Uh-huh.
which supports, I don't know, I think it's at least iOS 10. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I think, okay. And I didn't think too much about this. I need to buy an iPhone. So I went to a platform who sells refurbished iPhones.
Yeah. Hmm.
I spent, I don't know, maybe $240 or something in an
Hmm.
iPhone 8. And then I started. I think after 1 month, the iPhone was paid. Okay. So this is how I applied, and it's a whole new world in the live streaming world. Okay, because most of the things I was doing before on my live shows, I had to redo some things because they work differently when we talk about Amazon. But Amazon Live, it's a nice way for you to monetize your knowledge, mostly about products that you know, that you can build some, how can I say, some trust about them as well. Because the good thing about this is that, because for instance, to create this kind of show, you need to be kind of someone knowledgeable about the topic. Okay, you need to know a little bit about live streaming, about the given topic. But let's think about this. I work at an office. I do, I don't know, laundry. I work in a laundry. So I don't know much about live streaming, but I can become a live, an Amazon influencer, as far as I have that, which is secret. Okay, I can't tell you which numbers you have to apply and be approved as an influencer on Amazon. I can't say you have to have X Instagram followers. Why? I can't say that. My recommendation: go there and apply.
Okay.
Choose the choose the network where you have more subscribers slash followings slash I don't know what else, but and do that. And
Mm.
then if you're not approved, keep trying. That's my recommendation. And the thing is, we see there people who talks about house items, because
Yeah.
we use them all the time. Cooking items.
Yeah.
We cook. We
Yeah.
eat. And these kind of things we can talk about them because we know them. And
Yeah.
this is the thing. And other things, like for instance, I focus myself on content creation products mostly.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you want to talk about money and how to make
Yeah. Sure. Of
how to
course.
make
Everybody. I think that's what
okay.
everybody wants to know.
Okay, let's finish the broadcast and I will talk to this.
Yeah, we'll talk.
you know
We'll
no,
talk
no
about
problem.
that. We'll
So
talk.
it's a really good way for you to make money, Amazon. And there's within Amazon, there's at least two main ways for you to make money. One is making commissions. Okay, three different ways. One is the associate way, which is, and you don't need to become an Amazon influencer. Okay, you don't need to go live to make money with this. So you create your associate profile.
Yeah.
Okay, and then for instance you can create a blog or a YouTube channel where you speak about the products. You put there the affiliate links, and each time someone buys a product following your link, you will get a commission. Okay,
Oh,
it varies from, I don't know, maybe I think it's the less you can get is 1.3%, and then you can go up for you you can get rich by the volume, not by each commission, because they are little. Okay,
yeah.
being an Amazon influencer, you have two more ways to get money: is commissions generated while you're live, and when you go live, people hopefully will click in the items, because I think you saw it, there's a
Yeah.
carousel under your image,
Yeah.
which people clicks, and then if they buy it, everything they buy based on after
Yeah.
they clicked that product, you will get commissions on that. For instance, sometimes let me give you this example. I have
Okay.
this cell phone on my carousel, and I'm talking about this cell phone, blah blah blah, and that person clicks in the cell phone. But you go deep in the page on Amazon and you find, let's pretend this is an iPhone. Okay,
Yeah.
let's not pretend this is an iPhone 8, and you go down in the page and you find the iPhone 13, which I like most, but I'm gonna buy it. I'm getting credit on that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and after you click my the link, you will be followed by the cookie 24 hours. So every purchase you made within that 24 hours, they will be to me, the commissions. Okay, also, if you put something in the cart but you don't buy it, the pixel will remain there 90 days.
Mm.
Okay, so this is how you can make money with inside Amazon platform, on
Uh,
Amazon side. But you have on the other side, you have brands.
yeah.
Okay, so what you can do, two things. It's outbound connection with brands. Let can I give you my example? For instance, I'm in love
Yeah.
about this microphone for, I don't know, maybe 4 years. This was my dream microphone, the
Mm-hmm.
Shure SM7B.
B. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and one day I was looking to my reports, because you can get some information about how you're doing, what you're selling, and these kind of things. And I went and let me do a filter here on my Excel sheet with the Shure brand.
Mm.
And I saw there I was already I was making nice money selling their thing. So I looked. I think they have an influencer form.
Yeah.
asking for collaboration on their site. I went there. Look, I made this money selling your stuff. Can we make somehow a collaboration? They came to me. We struggle a little bit because one of the problems, because I'm outside US, and sometimes for brands this is a problem because of the shipment fees and these kind of things. So it's easier for you if you're located in the US. But the thing is, after some negotiation, they sent to me this microphone. For me, this was crazy. Okay. Oh, come on! I was dreaming about this microphone. So this is
Yes.
one way you can work with brands. They can send you products. The other way is, for instance, they can send you products, and you ask them a flat fee for each show
You create for, yeah.
you show their products. Also, you can get commission extra. Besides the Amazon commission, you can get commission from the brand. Okay, you can
Yeah.
negotiate this. Also, let me see if I'm missing something. You can have both, like they pay you XYZ for a broadcast where you should talk about uh, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it depends on the agreement about their products. Okay, and then they can give you a extra commission. Okay,
Yeah.
there's so many ways. And one of the things I like to do is I look at my reports and I see which brands I'm selling more stuff and then approach them. But there's also an inbound approach, because the brands, they are on Amazon looking at good, they're that
Yeah.
influencer that they want to work with. Hope Thankfully I've been approached for some, and this is getting bigger because I'm going often and I'm creating more.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is the way you can make money on Amazon. You can make money from Amazon, being Amazon paying you, or you can get brands to
Yeah.
pay you or giving, because for instance, this is a good payment for me, even though they didn't pay me to talk about this microphone. The microphone itself, for me, it's a good payment.
It's a good. That is. I think that's anybody that would get that on their doorstep, who's a live stream creator, podcaster, anybody that shows up on your doorstep. That's going to be like, it's going to put a smile on your face. I love that. So thank you so much. That was a really good opening up about people who might want to actually get into that. So I've been asked a few times, and that kind of opens your eyes a little bit to it. So I want to get into a few more things before we start wrapping up. So what's on the plate for um, Marco? We're in 2022. We're 3 weeks into the new year. What are some of the projects or things that you want to accomplish this year in 2022?
Okay, getting even more serious on Amazon Live. And for instance, brand deals, it's something that I want to get deeper this year because there's good money there as well. And working in the Amazon universe, it's something, because for instance, there's this, and I think I didn't mention the shoppable videos, which are usually tend to be short videos that you can record. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, for instance, talking about this microphone. So this microphone does this and this. I love this microphone because this and this. A microphone, it's good to make a good point about this because people are listening. A camera as well, because people can see how you look with that camera. Okay, so you can record these videos, you upload them to on your Amazon creator page.
yeah,
Okay, hopefully they will be shown, because this is not granted. They will be shown on the products page. And for instance, if someone buys something because before they clicked on your video, you will get commission as well. So this is a really passive income way, because you can be sleeping, because when you're live, you need to be there.
they need to be there, right?
Yeah, you need to be there to go make lives and to get commissions from your live shows. With this, you record the video once, you upload it once. Sometimes Amazon, it's a little bit picky and you need to make some adjustments. But they have the rules. Okay, sometimes on Amazon, on this Amazon goes a little bit crazy, but never mind. But this is a really, because I know people that has, I don't know, maybe hundreds of videos, and they make good income passive income with this. Okay, and I'm talking about thousands of dollars monthly. I'm not talking about peanuts.
Yeah.
So this is something that I want to embrace this year. Also, I want to make. I'm thinking about again with Amazon making my affiliate website. Okay, when
Oh,
I
yeah.
bringing some reviews and but just for that, I'm thinking, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this. I'm thinking about creating trainings about Amazon Live thing because the things one of the things I think it will happen is Amazon opening this program to other platform Amazon markets. Okay,
Yeah.
like UK, here in Europe or Brazil, for instance. And I don't think, for instance, European Amazon influencers. I think we are a few. Portuguese speaking even fewer. So I think I may have some advantage on this, if you know what I mean. So I think maybe because I'm a little bit, I don't know, maybe a little bit frustrated with the training uh, world. I'm, I'm trying to fix things in my head with this, but and also of course remote production because it's something that I like as well. So I think I'm gonna move these sides, more investment and deeper investment on Amazon content creation and also live production. But everything goes around live streaming.
Exactly, and that's a big part about it. Is that that's where well, that's why I love people who, if this is what you want to do, and this is what you know you're again very passionate about, then yes, I would love to see that um, more people evolve into doing this, right? To get better, to get into this, to kind of continue, and like I say, the whole process of maturating into whatever your where your niche is, where you find that where you really find that sweet spot as a creator,
Yes.
where it's like, hey, all of a sudden, you know what, I might not have done well on YouTube, but I find something like Amazon, and oh my gosh, I take off. Things are better here. I feel natural. There's just some things that are going to take off, and um, I love that. I love the fact that we're getting this opportunity as live streamers to do this because platforms are starting to see the value in doing this. Amazon's one of them. YouTube's kind of switching to that sort of model where they're going to introduce, their selling platform where they're going to be able to do the same sort of, not the same, but how they're going to do their approach to doing this because now they see what can happen as far as like creators and find again all the brand deals and everything that can go along, all the business that's being left on the table for a lot of these companies. Now I think they're starting to see, that it's a really great way to get yourself out there and again use your creators, right? Use your creators to be your brand ambassadors, your spokesmen, your
Absolutely.
salesmen, do whatever that they need to be doing. So I love that you're heading that way because I am very similar in how I want to start approaching doing myself, getting on some of these platforms like this because I think it's just a wonderful opportunity as a creator. I mean,
Absolutely.
and like if people saying like you were telling your mom, I talk and smile and yell on the camera. Yeah, that's what I do for a living.
Absolutely.
That's what I do
And
for.
there's an extra thing about Amazon Live, and I think this is more notorious, even though this is normal while we are creating. But in Amazon, it's even more noticeable is how you learn because at some point I found myself, oh, I need to know more about microphones. I need to know to explain to people the difference between a condenser microphone and a dynamic
Yeah,
microphone, how to get the best from your microphone, how you can sound better. And this is something that kind of grows exponentially when you go to Amazon because you kind of request yourself to improve.
yeah, yeah. uh, and that's another thing is that's also added benefit, right? You become
Absolutely.
very much a product expert on what you're talking about, so that
Indeed.
even when you're not, even when you're not on Amazon Live, but when you teach people or something, right? You're like saying, hey,
Absolutely. Yeah.
you can give them the benefits of your knowledge of like, hey, this microphone works this way very well because of XYZ.
Indeed.
Or you know what, this camera works perfectly for what you're going to do. It's like a trainer or in virtual learning. This is something you could really use. I love that too, because again, it's part of what we do as creators. um, and that's a big part about what we love to do in talking about this, right? The technical aspect that we as live streamers start getting, um, we start getting happy because we're talking about the things that we're very passionate about, like, oh, these headphones, you wouldn't believe the sound and audio that comes from them. Oh my god, right? Because we experience it, so we want you to get the opportunity to experience it as well. So, um, man, I love that. And so I said, moving into the part of becoming a creator, and again, this is coming a buzzword, but the creator economy, and how you can go out there and find your avenue, find your niche that you're going to go in there, and that's where you can go in there and develop a way. James, look, this guy James, he's another creator who's doing a lot of remote producing and producing shows for other individuals. So he's using that part of what we've been talking about and getting himself out there. So, um, man, I love this. I love the fact that I do this, and this is where I see myself again as well. So, um, Marco, thank you so much, man, for
You're welcome. My
coming on
pleasure.
here and sharing this. A lot of great information, guys. It's a lot of great value that was shared here today for everybody who's been tuning in. Um, and very quickly, before I go ahead and get everything wrapped up, I am doing a really crazy thing on here on LinkedIn today. So I've started a challenge where I've asked other creators who have joined me, who kind of signed up for not signed up, but they're going to participate. So we're doing today 10 posts in one day here on LinkedIn. So we're creating posts that they're going to be posting on the platform here, and they're going to be using that hashtag 10 post one day challenge. And specifically, it was done so that I wanted to see other creators start putting themselves out there creatively, like making content on the fly or doing things that's going to be a little bit out of the normal for them. So if they only post one video or one post a day, or they just write one thing, you know what? We're going to do 10 in one day. We're going to kind of challenge yourself to think a little bit outside of the box and be different, and just kind of show themselves like what they can really achieve by doing certain things. So I just asked them to make a GIF post, a meme post, a poll, a video, a small article, and then however else they want to do using the tools here that are available on the platform. And I'm giving away a $100 gift card for anybody who participates. So we're gonna do a gift card giveaway for the best 10 posts. We're gonna find 3 people that are unbiased, and we're going to go through and we're going to pick out the winner. The winner will get a $100 gift card of their choice. So if they want a $100 Amazon gift card, we'll give that away. If it's to, I don't know, wherever they want it from, we'll work out the logistics of that. But it's just a fun part to be adding in here to, again, this platform that I've been pushing is very very much here on LinkedIn. And luckily, this is how I met you and connected with you. So this is like the second time we've actually hooked up, and probably won't be the last. But
I hope so.
uh, but I do enjoy our conversations every time that we get to have a conversation, because I think I feel like I walk away um, always learning something from other creators. So it's been awesome, and I love the fact that now I'll get to reach out to more amazing creators, because now I'm not just hampered by saying I'm going to stream in the morning or streaming at night here, where I've been doing it for a while. And I know I lost out on a lot of really great guests. So I figured I need to change everything up a little bit. My strategy on how I connect with a lot of the creators here, work around some of their schedules, and again start popping out more great videos and content. So Thank you, Marco, for hopping on.
You're welcome.
And if you sit tight, everybody else who's been a part of this one, please go check out Marco's. You go first of all, go connect with him on LinkedIn. The links in actually
Yes.
in the comments as well. Go check out his Amazon Live as well. His channel feed.
I have a better, if you don't mind, Gabe, I have
Yeah.
a easiest way for them to find me on Amazon. Just type marketing.live
Oh, okay.
and you will find me. It's easier.
It's easier. Well, I put this in as the link as well. So if they actually go in the comments, they can click on the link and it'll take you straight to your Amazon Live page. So I wanted them to be able to just go into comments as well, touch on it. I like easy. So everybody says I can just touch on the link. Boop, it takes me right there. I can see all of Marco's stuff. Heck of a lot easier. And then you can go check out his YouTube page as well. That's where our video that we had back behind me on the screen, we had as well back a couple of months ago. I think it was a week ago. I can't remember. I do so many these days. I get lost. I don't know about you. I get lost. But everybody else, again, thank you again. Go check out the challenge on LinkedIn, guys. We are doing our 10 post in 1 day challenge. Go follow the hashtag. Go see some really great content that people are putting out there. And man, this is the fun part of what I get to do. So, we got people watching on YouTube. Now, I don't know what they're saying, but hey, that's okay. This is an international platform.
Same to you. This is something that I like
to say. Same to you. That's what I need to start telling them. Same to you. Thank you so much again. So everybody, hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed the Monday morning live. I'll be back later this day. I'm doing a LinkedIn audio room. Later this afternoon, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about networking on the platform. Plus, I'm going to be doing like 5-6 other posts as well, kind of being part of the challenge and kind of stimulating people to kind of keep creating today. So, guys, for everybody who's been a part of this one, hopefully this gets your week started off on the right foot. And I'll be back Friday evening. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my next live stream. So you guys have a great morning, man, and have a really great day. And
nice week as well.
Yeah, nice week as well. I forget we're starting it. I usually end the week off, so I'll tell them have a great weekend. Well, now you're starting off the week. So guys, you rock it. Appreciate you so much, everybody. We'll be back soon. So stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Have a day. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.